we are here with another One Piece chapter review. Let's get it. Let's go. What's up? I'm with my man Jake here today. Jake, introduce yourself. Tell the people what's up, man.
Yo, what's up? I'm Jake Demansky. I'm from a comedy podcast called the Buttery Males Podcast, and we're here to talk about some One Piece manga. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Thanks for coming on. Before we get into the episode, remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn notification bell, notify for all chat review content, podcast content. We got different series I'm gonna keep doing in the future. Remember, go follow my co-host at Isaac.Lens for photography in the DMV area. I am sure he will be happy to get you photography pictures, any type of those. Also, go follow him at Twitch at RNC Dark if you're into Apex, GTA, Halo, the Demon Slayer game, the Naruto game. He streams those every Monday and Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And remember, follow us on all podcasting platforms. Again, Twitter, Anime Again Show, Instagram, Anime_Again Show, all that great stuff. Now let's get into this fire chapter. Chapter 1039, the main act. Jake, how are you feeling, man? This chapter was heat. We're going to try to stay in order, try to just not lose our brains. Let's talk about it.
I mean, this chapter, like you said, man, it's heat.
Also, I want to say it has to be one of the most action-packed chapters of the Onigashima raid. Has to.
Oh, sure. My God, yeah. Sure. Like, nothing but badassness. Like, this whole chapter, like, there was just stuff going on. Like, each panel I was reading, I was like, yo, this is fast. Like, I like when it's fast like that. Like, when it's just getting right to that shit. Right. And I know there's a lot. I want to preface this. I know there's a lot of hate for Kid out there, and he's not necessarily my favorite. But, like, come on. This chapter, he was, like, coming through. Like, in ways we've never seen him do it before either. So,
right.
I'm not going to, like, dick ride or anything for Kid, but, like he was killing it, man. He was doing some good shit.
I want to talk about, all right, let's talk about who do you think really was the MVP of this chapter? You got people saying Kid. You got people saying Law. Who did you like more in this chapter? For me personally, I'm gonna go Kid because we've seen Kid take L's. Like, I think he lost to Cracker, one of her commanders, one time. He lost to Shanks. He hasn't fought Blackbeard yet, but he lost to Kaido and got captured. I always remember that one panel back in like maybe like 753, a minute ago, where he got captured. This was an amazing chapter, not because I'm a Kid meat lover. I know a lot of people was telling me, oh, I don't like Kid, and we were giving Kid too much praise for last chapter, and Law was carrying, But I think Kid was mad dope, and I'm loving the growth of Kid. So
Kid was the MVP in my opinion. Like Law, I can't speak for you, but I mean, the One Piece community, we love Law, right? Like Law is the shit. He's dope. But yeah, you know, you never see Kid do shit like this. Kid came through this chapter. Kid fucking went off. He was the MVP of this whole thing. Yo, what's good?
What's up? Mid Starbucks during the pod, man.
Oh, I need someone to bring me Starbucks mid episode. That's the key right there. What is that? Is that the bacon Gouda?
Bacon Gouda, man.
Woo! I used to work at Starbucks, man. That was one of my favorite sandwiches.
It's not a promotion, unless you others.
No, Starbucks promote Anime Again Show. Let's get them to do the ads. Right?
Yes, let's get it. Do some ads. But I also love, like, that's what I was saying. Like, Law gets love from everybody. He's had the dope backstory. He's had the build up from being around since Punk Hazard. He's been with the crew since Punk Hazard. So it's like, I think me and you, we're saying, look, Law is amazing, but let's highlight a Kid who's been through it, who honestly is Luffy with aggression and Black energy.
For sure.
So what do you think of Big Mom? Kind of showed that Zeus was holding her back because with her new
with Hera,
her new ability, she whipped that out immediately. I never saw her use that with Zeus. Never.
No, she was like doing a whole bunch of shit. Actually, this chapter made me think, like, you know, because we saw her use her abilities in a few different ways. The one way was like after she gets hit with like I forget the move, but Kid's like bull, like that bull, when it hits her, she's like getting back up or something, and her bones are broken. And I don't know if you noticed this, but she healed her bones by making them homies. because like when she flexed or whatever, and all that hockey was like dripping off her when
Yeah.
she was like doing that, her bones had like quotes saying like "Yes, mama, yes, mama." Like that's fucking crazy. I didn't know she could do that. Like that's something I got into an argument with someone actually about, or a conversation with conflicted views on Discord. Is like people were like, she didn't heal her bones, she made them homies, and like I was like, but they're healed, right? Like I don't know. Anyway,
Also,
fucking
it's
cool.
crazy to see that like she had to use some of her lifespan. Like this is the first time
Yeah,
we've seen
Yeah.
Big Mom. Like, okay, of course they've done damage, but she is in serious threat of losing.
oh yeah,
Like serious threat.
it's crazy to think how like far like us, like we don't know kids all of his feats or whatever really, but like Law, like thinking about him back in Dressrosa, how he couldn't deal with like Doflamingo, now is like teaming up with Kid and doing work against Big Mom. It's like these guys grew. Like they're like really they're a big deal now. They're for real, like no joke. So
Nah, for sure. What do you think about Kid and Law's relationship as far as like the tag team of them working together? Do you see that for the future? Do you think it's just this arc? What? How do you feel about them working together?
I think it's probably just this arc, but I think they're gonna have like respect for each other for the rest of like their lives now. It is kind of like we're going off of the scan chapter, so it's like not the official like quotage of everything yet, but it is like kind of interesting that Law is like, hey, stop swooping in for like the final blow, and like we're kind of seeing more of like Kid being like, why does it matter, which is interesting because you wouldn't expect that from Kid. Like you'd expect him to like push back a little more, saying like, no, I'm doing all the work, you're not. But no, he's kind of like, his attitude is more like, Law, this is like not the time for this. Right. Yeah, like this is serious. But
right. So what was your favorite panel of the arc and why so?
Dude, okay, so this is another thing. Kid did the thing in this chapter that I think people have been talking about for a long time that they wanted him to do. He did the railgun. Like people in the One Piece community have been wanting Kid to put together a railgun and just fucking let that shit go. It is that panel right before, like when he blasts the railgun at Big Mom. That is a great panel. I like the one right before that where it's like him having put it together, pointed it right at her face, basically. Like I love that shit. It looks so good. What about you? What's your favorite panel?
Well, I'm gonna go with
making Gouda gotcha, man.
It was good. Hold up.
Well, okay, I can say a little more here. I liked a competing panel. I liked was like Law's what do you call that? The like, what is it called? The sword going all the way through, and creating like a crater. I liked that Momonosuke outside trying to pull back the island, like noticed the crater coming out of nowhere, being like, "Whoa, where did that thing come from?"
I was gonna say one thing. I don't know how I've seen other people do chat reviews and stuff like that, and I don't know how these episodes, their chat reviews are like 20 minutes. We have a lot of good content, but it's not like something to go in depth about. I think this was a good fight.
Yeah.
But it's like, this wasn't like a dump of information, if you get
right. Yeah. I think a lot of people, they like retread information and stuff for those videos, so.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite was the panel when Law Kid, he was like yelling at each other. The one I think you said about the scans and stuff like that, when he was like, it doesn't really matter about the last shot. I said, this is really great for Kid's character. I saw some people be like, well, now Kid is just becoming a whatever to Luffy. I said no, because he's taking these lessons and he's gonna go on when he gets his crew. You're gonna like learning that you don't have to attack and be the final blow, knowing patience, knowing your self-awareness, knowing what you can and can't do. So Kid's growth as far even like the fighting, like great, of course, like that's what we all been waiting for.
Oh yeah.
And also the fact that the growth like internally about realizing what you can do. It doesn't really matter who takes the last shot.
Yep.
Just play your role type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Being a team player, he's like learning how to like be like, okay, I couldn't take Big Mom down on my own. Law and I have to work together. As much as Kid, might not like that. He's like, you're seeing him like kind of be on the other side of that now and being like, why does it matter who takes the last blow, man? Like, we got to do this. So that is growth. That's character growth. I love
also
that.
like, I also think this will pay off for Kid, because I think when they do take Big Mom down, I think he'll be the one to take the Yonko status.
Yeah.
I guess this is my like theory with Chris time.
Here we go.
I think after they defeat him, I think Law will be like, look, I'm not really interested in like kind of being a Yonko, stuff like that. I think Law is interested in more like the history. I think he will like still trying to fuck with like the Straw Hats and going along with them and stuff like that. But I think Kid will be like, nah, I'm taking Yonko status. I want all the pie and the Luffy. Like doesn't want to share his meat type thing.
Yeah.
So, I think Kid will be, after this arc, Kid will be the next Yonko, like to replace Big Mom. And Luffy, even though
I could see that
Luffy's technically already won, I guess, but Yonko means 4. But I guess Luffy is replacing what Kaido was and gonna take one over eventually when he does defeat Kaido. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think it like kind of like how Luffy was named a Yonko. It wasn't by his doing. It was like the newspapers. They just kind of as a media thing were let's name him a Yonko. I think for both Kid and Law, they're like, Kid's probably gonna look forward to that, like you're saying. I think Law is probably gonna be titled 1 too. I think all of them after this, like, if this gets word in the newspaper, if what's his name, Morgan's or whatever. Yeah. I think if this goes as well as like, they intend to, if they're able to take down Big Mom and Kaido, like, yeah, Law and Kid they're going to be named the same, I bet, as like a Yonko. I could see that happening at the least, but yeah, I think you're right. I think Kid is like looking forward to it. Law, I don't think gives a shit. I think he just wants to. He's got goals to accomplish for sure.
Do you think? I was going to talk about this, like, just because we haven't really gone that much in the chapter, I'll go a little, I guess, more bored or whatever. Do you think? I believe that you have to kill Kaido and Big Mom before this arc will work. I don't think there's a way you can like Doflamingo them and capture them up and stuff like that. I think they're too strong for that. You think they have to kill both these Yonkos off to move? I think they have to. I don't think you defeat Kaido with a more like, knocking him out unconscious, because nobody can take him there. Same for Big Mom. What do you think?
I don't know, because I could never see Luffy killing almost anybody. I couldn't see him do that. But I think that what can happen with Kaido and Big Mom is that more so Big Mom. I could never see Big Mom letting go of this defeat. I think if she was to die, I think it would be like, I think the world government would kill her, or Blackbeard. Same with Kaido, but I think that if she loses, that she's never going to let go the defeat. But I think if they beat Kaido down, if Luffy's able to prove himself so much, beat him in a fight, knock him unconscious, the whole One Piece way. Right. I think if Kaido was to wake up from that experience, he would have like profound respect for the Straw Hats and Luffy in general. And so much so I could see it actually turning him, because I think that's like the weird satisfaction he would want to get that he has not gotten in a long time. Like, we haven't seen that God Valley fight, and I hope we get to see like really good detail of that. But I would have to assume that was the last time Kaido was like satisfied, battle wise, because I guess he was defeated. I guess all the Rocks pirates were defeated there. So I think since then he hasn't met someone like that. And I think that's all he wants. I think he's like a sick puppy for getting beat up, and he hasn't gotten beat up in a while. So I think that's what it would take. If anyone was to kill these guys, like I said, I think it would be Blackbeard or the world government, but I could not see the Straw Hats doing that. Okay. At least on purpose. Like, but yeah, I don't know. That's how I kind of think about that one.
Okay, no, I agree for sure. I don't know. I think there'll be some outside factors. Maybe they're fighting, fall off a cliff. They're devil fruit users. They die.
They fall in the water or something. That could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, something corny but older way type thing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So what would you rate the chapter?
The chapter is like, I would say a 9 out of 10. And the only way to make it a 10 is if we did see like some outside forces coming in, which we kind of got a little bit of that with, I think we see Momonosuke pulling the island back,
Right.
trying to get it away from the flower capital. And he kind of has this, at least in the scan translation, he's like, is someone calling my name or something? I would have to assume that's like Zunisha getting close, and because he can hear voices like Luffy. So that's like interesting. But yeah, I mean, like overall, this chapter, like it's full of action. We get to see Kid do something cool. Finally, we see Big Mom putting up a crazy fight. She like, has a lightsaber now at this point.
Right.
Like turns into like its own lightning being that attacks people. Yeah, man. This chapter kicks ass. Law's finishing move, Kid's finishing move. I wish we saw Luffy and Kaido, but yeah, 9 out of 10 for me.
I would say like 8. The only reason 8, the action was dope. I just wanted to get more,
for sure,
more dialogue and stuff like that. I want to see how people react. Like more said, like the more outside forces. I don't really care about Momonosuke no more. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. He just kind of has to be there because that's happening. So I get why they got to show him. But yeah, I could care less.
So I would say 8. The action was dope. Kid, probably the best action of the raid. I would say.
I totally agree. Like besides, there was like one other part of the raid that I thought was really cool, and it was when like the 5 of them were fighting against Big Mom and Kaido up on the roof. Like I thought that was cool, but this was like the best shit since then.
Oh no, I was okay. Since then, because you forget what so much when Zoro, like when all the supernovas were like up, like on the or not all, but like Luffy, Killer, Zoro, etc.
Yeah.
And they were fighting like Big Mom and Kaido for like that first time. That was a dope. I can't wait to that. I think it's already happened in the anime. Maybe I'll go.
Oh, is it?
Maybe.
Okay, I might check that out.
Might have to go watch it. That was mad dope. But this has been. I enjoyed that fight more than the King Zoro fight.
Oh yeah.
That more than the Queen Sanji. Like it's been the best fight outside of like that attempt of the first fight, I guess.
For sure. I agree 100.
I would say 8. I just need a little more dialogue with like, maybe outside forces. But I do say it was really, 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 really good. And
for sure.
Are you on a break next week, I think? As far as chapters?
I actually don't know. I don't remember seeing it. So I would love that if we got another one right away. Because they're saying we're at the climax of the Wano arc. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, Jake, plug your stuff. Tell them again where we can find you at.
Hell yeah. I'm on a podcast called The Buttery Males. It's a comedy podcast. It's a fucking wacky name, I know, but you can listen to me there if you want. And that's pretty much it. Thanks again so much for having me on, man. I love coming on and talking manga and everything with you, man. It's always a pleasure.
Appreciate it, Jake, for always coming through and doing these chapter reviews with us. Again, you go follow the Anime Again Show all podcasting platforms, and you can subscribe, like, comment on YouTube, of course. Comment down below, would you rate the chapter? Who took the bigger W, Kid or Law? Let us know. Also, follow my co-host at IU.Lens if you're into photography or need photographers in the DMV area. Also, follow him on Twitch at RNC Dark. He streams Monday, Friday at 5:30 Eastern time. I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter review. We will be back for more. We don't know if there's a break next week. We'll find out. If not, hopefully we'll be back again, giving you guys a dope chapter review. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.